Hi, welcome to this video about how to sew a dart to a kite. And this is for the pattern Darts in Our Stars, which that's the table topper right there. I'll show you a little closer in a minute. But we're going to be cutting and sewing this dart, which is this one, to this kite shape. Now, sometimes you might want to throw a tiny bit of fray check on this point right here. I haven't yet, but just don't cut too deep when you cut that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and you can visit our Etsy shop at DartyKitePatternco. Thank you. This is the Darts in Our Stars table topper. I actually have it pinned upside down, so I apologize for that, but I just wanted to show you some more detail of it. So this right here was the best thing about using the dart shape. I'll show you in a minute how to cut one, but if I had tried to do this design with triangles or diamonds, it would have taken me double the fabric because of seam lines. So I was able to get this effect with a dart and only use 5 pieces. If I had had to cut it like this with a diamond, or like this with triangles, then that seam allowance would have eaten up so much more of my fabric. And I didn't even have enough of this fabric. This is the Tortoise from Slow and Steady by Tula Pink. I didn't even have enough of it to do this method. I was short by like 1 or 2 pieces, and so luckily Leslie had some that she sent me, so I have enough to show you the dart and how to cut it and how to sew it. So I'll get one of those out. Okay, so I've got my tortoise fabric here. This is where I cut that shape that I showed you for the Darts in Our Stars table topper. And I actually have 4 cuts left out of this. Look at this fabric. It's all cut up. So I'm gonna flip it to the back because I'm gonna mark it from the back. I actually don't mark the first couple of edges, so hopefully, let me just move this where you can see it a little better. So from this angle, I might not be able to get as much detail. And this may not be the exact cut that I did on the other ones. I'm trying to remember where, oh, I lined it up right here. So there's a little dot right here. Don't know if you can see it, but I lined that up just at the top. And then I have the little flower at the bottom. And actually, I'm looking at this. This is not where I lined it up. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. Let me see if I have any left of that one. I thought I had extra. Well, it's a little different. I guess I used every last one that I had, but this is a similar piece. So I'm just gonna use it for illustrative purposes. It's actually right here on the sides of these flowers that I used the other cuts. So I'm just going crazy. But we're gonna do it a little bit higher. So the point of this one's gonna be the flower. Hopefully you can see this good. If not, I'll shoot it from another angle as well, but I'm going to mark this interior cut with a pencil because that's what I'm going to be doing with my scissors. But then I'm going to cut this one with the rotary, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I've got these 2 marked, and I've cut these ones with the rotary. This one, not very well. Then I'm just gonna go in with my scissors and cut these 2 edges here. because the rotary cutter will not get that point, but it's not too bad. What I did when I was cutting a lot of them is I just cut as many as I had with the rotary cutter and then went back in and got the rest. But there's your little shape. Gotta glue that up really quick. So I'll just line this up, and I'm going to first do the straight edges. And then I'm going to take my scissors again, and I'm going to clip this right here, but not too close, but I'm going to just clip that. And then I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to glue the other side. So there you have the back of the dart and the front of the dart. So now I'm going to use some contrasting thread, hopefully contrasting enough to show you how I would sew this. I gotta put on my little polka dot by Jilly. That's the only thimble that I can use, because I'm gonna sew this kite to this dart. And I'm gonna use a purple thread. I do use a very thin thread, so I'm not sure how well this is going to contrast on here. But I like the dart on the top, and I just line it up. And then the way that I do it is I just put my needle through, and that's too big of a tail. I just kind of leave a tail here. And then I do this awesome variation of a knicker knot that Leslie taught me. Leslie is my business partner and best friend. So I'll just hold the thread like this and kind of do a figure 8 over it, and then pull through, and there's my knot. Then I'm just going to continue whip stitching here. It's not the fastest process, English paper piecing, but it sure is enjoyable. Why do we love it so much? I think some of the best times in my life have been spent with a needle in my hand, whip stitching pieces just like this. But then of course, when we're doing an instructional video, it seems to go so slow. I don't know that my thread contrasted very much, but I'll try to show you this. I used a purple, which I thought was the best contrast that was in the box that I have out right now, or the colors that I have in my bag, but evidently it's kind of blending in as well. You know, when I made my first couple of English paper piecing quilts, I actually used all gray thread. And my La Passacaglia, I had some judges remark saying that the stitches can be seen. Well, I sewed this by hand. I really don't care. But since then I have started color matching, which helps a lot. And I do knot at every intersection, even though this is going to be the same piece going down. I'm still knotting because I'm going to be turning. But I'm just going to throw an extra stitch in at the point, and just an extra knot, because I knot anyways when I turn, so I'm just going to do it right before that. So I've got, half of the dart is sewn and half of it is not. And then all you do is bend the paper to the next angle and continue on. But like I said, I always make a knot when I turn, So I'm gonna make another knot. So I have actually 3 knots here. And sometimes I get a little loop in the knot. That doesn't bother me, I just keep going. And sometimes I'll just try to sew it down with the next few stitches so it's not just sticking up in the air. Sorry, I would have ideally liked to have had my face in the shot for this up close stitching, but the camera angle was already set for the cutting, so you just have to listen to my voice and watch my hands. Just want to have a huge shout out to those who've already bought our patterns. I hope you really enjoy them, and I look forward to seeing what you make. And if you haven't grabbed your pattern yet, go to the link in our Instagram bio and go to our Etsy shop, or you can also just go to the Etsy shop and it's just under the same name as our YouTube channel. No spaces, DartyKitePatternco. So that would be wonderful. Also, please like and subscribe to our video. And we are DartyKitePatternco on Instagram as well. Okay, I'm coming to the end of this. And I'll give it a little press and I'll show you the cool shape made by the dart added to the kite. My knot's all tangled up. Okay. Usually I have my tiny little scissors handy, but they're in my bag. Okay, so here is the finished dart and kite. My goodness, I can't talk today. All right, so there it is. Give it a quick press. And there you go. There's the back. And there's the front.